Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be talking about a number of updates which have occurred on the Hedera network. So firstly, let's look at the overall market. So it's been a fairly negative day today, whereby the overall market cap for crypto dropped by 0.8%, and this has led to significant drops to the vast majority of the top 100 cryptos, whereby only the likes of Elrond and Thorchain saw significant positive changes to their price. And if we look at the price of HBAR, HBAR also had quite a negative day, whereby the price of HBAR dropped by 2.4%. Right, let's talk the news. So on the 14th of March, the HBAR Foundation tweeted details in regards to a new partnership which has developed on the Hedera network, whereby the HBAR Foundation tweeted, "We are pleased to announce that Siki is launching on Hedera with the HBAR Foundation support. The music industry continues to undeserve and exploit artists. This is why Siki app is revolutionizing the future of music on the greenest, fastest, most secure network. Minting and streaming music NFTs on Siki equips artists and fans with the ability to connect and earn instantly." So who are and what is Siki? Siki looks to reinvent the current ecosystem of artists, influencers and media curators. At its core, Siki looks to increase monetization for all creators, whilst also rewarding community members for their engagement on the Siki platform. For automated royalties and data collection, Siki uses non-fungible tokens paired with other smart contracts. Siki tokens, the company's internal cryptocurrency, in addition to others, can be used for tipping, royalty payments, staking, creating NFTs and buying NFTs, and much more. So what makes Siki unique is the fact that it removes the need for an intermediary body to allocate and distribute funds to an artist when listeners actively listen to their music. As Siki reduces the need for an intermediary body to gather and allocate funds to an artist will be able to obtain their royalties instantaneously. So this is quite unique within the music industry, whereby artists generally have to wait for weeks or even months to receive their royalties, and this is the case on platforms such as the likes of Spotify. So Siki may have turned to the Hedera network over other DLT platforms to base its platform on, namely due to the low gas fees attached to the Hedera network, as well as the high degrees of scalability provided by the overarching Hedera network, especially the consensus service, whereby in terms of the cost effectiveness, it only costs $0.0001 to verify a transaction. So these significantly low gas fees will mean that the likes of Siki won't be exposed to excessive overhead costs. And furthermore, due to the predictive nature surrounding the cost to actualize a transaction via the Hedera network, such organizations such as Siki will be able to keep track of their marginal cost more effectively compared to if the platform was built on the likes of Ethereum, whereby gas fees associated with Ethereum is purely determined by the amount of traffic occurring on the network at a given time. So the following clip indicates why Siki decided to build its platform on Hedera over the likes of Ethereum and other DLTs.
So it was instantly Hedera. Like that's the first group we knew we wanted to work with. Actually, just DM'd the Hedera team, because every single programmer that I was calling, they kept saying, "Oh, we'll build you two on Ethereum," and they're just building like these little websites. And I was like, "No, it's just unrealistic. The gas fees and everything for artists to work anything like that." And Hedera I could just tell a lot was going to go for it, and especially since I knew it was going to take some time, I was like, I feel like this is just going to synergize and everything's going to launch at the right time. So they actually introduced me with some of the developers that helped build Hedera. So that was kind of cool that they came on board. They've been amazing since day one. So we probably started programming it and kind of getting everything in motion January of last year. And then conceptualizing all before that. But it's definitely been a bit of a road to get to this point where we are now.
So Siki isn't the only music platform based on the Hedera network, whereby Tune FM, which acts in a similar fashion to the Siki platform, is also directly built on the Hedera network. So when a listener decides to listen to music provided by an artist, listeners will have to obtain and pay using jam tokens. And similar to Siki, Tune FM also reduces the need for an intermediary body, so artists obtain funds directly from their listeners. So as mentioned, the music streaming industry is generally controlled by a few entities such as Spotify. Such platforms generally underpay their artists or artists that provide music on their platforms. So this factor may stimulate artists to potentially transition away from such platforms and move and provide their music on platforms which reduce the need for an intermediary body to allocate and gather their funds. So this factor could lead to more artists moving to the likes of Siki or even Tune FM. This factor will ultimately be bullish for the overarching Hedera network, as the music industry is a multi-billion-dollar industry. As more artists and more music is directly listed on such platforms, this factor will lead to invariable increases in the number of transactions which are actively verified via the Hedera network. And as a result, this will lead to invariable increases in the demand for HBAR tokens. So Hedera could be at the centre of a multi-billion-dollar industry, especially over the long run. In other news, the carbon credit organisation Dovu becomes first recipient of HBAR Foundation's Sustainable Impact Grant, whereby the grant involves the allocation of a $100 million fund to a number of organisations which actively use the Hedera network for green-orientated initiatives. So the carbon credit marketplace provides the potential for entities which are either in a carbon deficit or carbon surplus to actively trade carbon assets. So platforms such as Dovu could become especially important over the long run, as governments around the world are looking to implement legislation which limits the ability for organisations and large corporations to produce carbon, whereby organisations would likely be allocated carbon credits. So the carbon credits provided to such organisations will limit their ability to produce certain amounts of carbon. However, if such organisations potentially surpass their allocated carbon credits, if an organisation wishes to produce more carbon compared to the allocated amount of carbon credits they were given, such organisations may turn to other entities which are in a carbon credit surplus. So this factor could lead to the opening up of a marketplace. This factor could lead to increases in the importance of carbon credit marketplaces such as Dovu. So the Dovu marketplace may have turned to the Hedera network in view of carbon credit allocation, namely due to the innate benefits provided by the overarching Hedera consensus and tokenization service, whereby in terms of the Hedera consensus service, Hedera has high degrees of scalability. This means that when datasets and transactions are actively verified via the Hedera consensus service, such actions will be limited and there will be no latency disruptions. This will mean that the likes of Dovu will be able to carry out their actions without excessively interrupting their workflows. So as the likes of Siki and Dovu turn to the Hedera network in view of a number of utilities, Hedera is slowly becoming a highly versatile platform which offers a number of use cases. And this will invariably be beneficial for the overarching Hedera consensus and tokenization service over the long run, whereby as more entities and more organizations from different backgrounds turn to the Hedera network for a number of use cases, this will lead to invariable increases in the level of transactions which will arise on the Hedera network at a given time, which as a result may lead to synonymous increases in the price of HBAR, especially over the long run. What are your thoughts on Hedera? Do you think Hedera could power the music industry? Let us know your views in the comments below. Thank you for watching the video. We hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, subscribe and click on the notification bell. Let us know your views in the comments below. Thank you for watching and we'll see you in the next video.